I'm Megan Hinkle, and I've been coming to Waypoint for about a year and a half now. I grew up in a Christian household, and I got saved when I was really young. And so it was always a part of my life, my faith, but definitely got challenged more as I went kind of leaving middle school, going into high school, so it was like 14, 15. As I started having some health challenges. I was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis when I was 14, which basically means my immune system has decided to attack my joints. For a while I was pretty sick. I was going to hospitals a lot, and I couldn't walk, so I was using a wheelchair. It was a challenging time, and which is why it brought me to Job a lot, because I liked what I saw there and didn't see necessarily in other parts of Scripture. First of all, that suffering we don't always know the reason, and it doesn't mean we did anything wrong or that we lack faith. So that was really helpful for me to see that, and just to really learn how to lament, I think. That God doesn't always alleviate our suffering, or He doesn't answer our prayers in the way we want to. I wanted to be healed. He didn't answer that prayer, but He walked with it through me. He, some things that in particular, He actually provided me with. I got in contact with someone the same age as me who lived a few hours away, but same age, same diagnosis, and we were kind of at the same spot. And so having her to talk to was so great. And she was a Christian too, so we could encourage each other both from a faith, and it was someone who could understand and just be there because she was walking through it. And there were just instances when He took care of our family financially, provided funds that we didn't know where they were going to come from for surgeries and things. So I've gone to Job a lot, and I've found, I think, comfort there, and just that at the end of the book, when God is talking to Job, and He shows him just basically like the complexities of the world, and do you understand how any of this works? And obviously our answer is no, only God knows. And so I felt like it was just saying to me that and nothing that happened to me was like by chance or because something fell through the cracks. Like God knew. He knew what the diagnosis would mean. He knew every test and procedure that I would have to go through, and just like every difficulty in dealing with other 16-year-olds when you're really sick and they're not. So I feel like he really is in control, and He knew everything that was going to happen, and there is some sort of plan for it, even though I don't feel like I've gotten to know it, and I still, some days I still struggle with wondering why my pain hasn't ended, even though I'm walking now and doing relatively a lot better. So I still it's a daily thing that I have to deal with, and so some days are bad days in terms of just wanting to know, but God also provides, and some days are good days, even with the circumstances that He's given me. But I think Job's friends had it right at the beginning when they showed up and they sat with him for 7 days and didn't say anything. Sometimes I think that's just what you need, someone who's not going to leave and not going to say oh, it's going to get better, because maybe it won't, but someone to just be there. Draws you to God, just to say I need you to get through this day, or I need you to get through these next 10 minutes or whatever it is. And He always is there. He always provides that. There are things that He will provide, and He is faithful. He'll always be there for us, even when He's not answering things the way we want them to. He always hears us. Also, I think that's what joy is, that God provides that for us to be able to experience suffering and experience happiness and joy. And that can be confusing if you haven't thought about it or experienced it yourself. But that's what suffering people who have the joy of Christ are always doing, is living in that kind of contradiction.